Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Hoosier State, where Colts fans rise to their feet with the striking of the anvil as it is time for football here at Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indy. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup, and we are all set to go.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games. On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they're halfway home, looking good at a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a look here at their signal caller, the 5th-year quarterback.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win, like a good pitcher, without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
And this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Looking to throw. Howard.
That's to his tight end, Tyler Warren.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Colts, first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Howard. Got a man and he hits him in stride.
2nd down and a yard. Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
2nd and 16 at the 17-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Howard. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Back to throw. Howard. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Colts are on the board first here this afternoon.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time.
They're led out by the former #1 overall pick from the University of Miami. It's Cam Ward.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want. But this guy, he is hard to corral.
And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I think I'm being generous with that number.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Off play action, Ward. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
3rd and 4.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
To throw, here's Ward. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
From the gun, here's Ward.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down.
2nd and 6.
Now Ward. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Throwing now, Ward.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down.
And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they have the...
And this is going to be intercepted.
Now he's loose at the 40.
Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Come on. 65.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal?
And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles.
Working out of the gun here, Ward.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown.
The kicker on for the point.
An 11-yard touchdown. And his guys have taken the lead.
And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, It's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 5.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Looking to throw. Howard.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Kevin Winston.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Now a 2nd and 6. Here's Ward.
Over the middle, it's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing is Ward.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Ready? 70, Timberwolf.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
A great effort there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
1st and 10 at the 33.
Well, they run the option here on 1st and 10.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Pressure comes and down he goes.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here we go, set. Bronco 80. Huh.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. 81 yards.
And the Colts have cut it back within a score. Fitzgerald now for the extra point.
And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. 5 plays there on that drive. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way, because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half. The offense now at the line, ready for their next. Drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
And 8 yards to go.
Now Ward from the gun on third down. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Looks like this will be the drive they come up empty after a couple of touchdowns and a field goal on those first 3 drives.
Yeah, but shed no tears for them, okay? So they come up empty on one, but as you noted, they put plenty of points on the board. They don't look close to being done in this one. A lot of adjustments still needing to be made on the defensive side of the field.
1:53 remaining in this first half of play. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Back to throw. Howard looking middle, and that's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Looking to throw. Howard. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. This is taken at the 15.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
They're going to hurry back to the line now.
2nd and 5 at the 33-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Ward.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
That's to the tight end Helm.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
The Colts about to go on offense one final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
At the 28-yard line.
And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. It's week.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Running room at the 50. Look out. He might score. He will score. Touchdown.
And talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Howard. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Following the fumble recovery. Ward. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ward. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. JT Tuimoloau in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Well, right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
3-yard pickup.
2nd and 7.
2nd and 7.
Let's go
At
now.
the 33-yard line.
The kicker here, it's complete. Well, a pretty move couldn't create much space down just beyond the 35. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at the 20.
They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready, right?
Off the play fake, Ward.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
It's second down.
Back to throw. Moore. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Ward from the gun on third down.
Throwing the slant pattern here complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Let's go.
They go play action with Ward.
Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Second down and 3.
Ready. 70 Timberwolf. Ready.
Looking to throw. Moore. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Let's go now. Lightning 18.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready, right?
Back to throw. Moore.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or worse, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And this is going to be a Colts first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Howard now. Off play action. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. The Colts send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And this will be taken at the 13. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Come on. Check the eagle.
From the gun, Ward. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and he brings up 3rd down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
It's now 3rd down and 1.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Got a man and he hits him in stride. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. He'll start with a give to Taylor. Able to slither by. And this is going to be a Colts 1st down as the tackle made at about the 38.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 3.
Looking to throw. Howard. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. 3rd down and 1.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 1.
Back to throw. Howard. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Howard. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
Back to throw. Howard. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and
Off play action. Howard.
He'll try and do this himself.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
That is caught.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. First and 10, Taylor now.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 22.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Here now, 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Howard. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it.
It's got to have it time. 4th and 9.
It's 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as he'll try to get it to a 1-score game with a 2-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. Now he's going to... And they will get back to within 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the 4th.
22.
And hold the phone now. This game isn't over yet.
Not at all. Now, get the football back. That's the first thing. However you do it, get the ball back and then manipulate the clock with your offense because you've got to get the ball into the end zone.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Straight ahead, ETN.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Ready up.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll indeed take a knee. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and